Hey, it's Johnny Marks. Thank you so much for checking out the Marks in the Morning podcast. Remember, you can listen to myself, Kerri, Mac, and JP weekdays from 6 to 10 live on K92.3.
Shine. Get out of bed. It's time to get your day started. This is Marks in the Morning on K92.3.
Can I get a countdown? 3, 2, 1.
Well, good morning. It's Tuesday. It's the second day of March 2021. It's Marks in the Morning. Johnny Marks, Kerri, Mac, and JP is with us this morning. How you doing, JP?
I'm awake, ready to rock.
He's awake. You must have gone to bed early.
I have a new nickname I found out, and I got it at like 4:30 this morning. When I get my coffee at Quick Star, which I do almost every morning when I come in, there's an elderly gentleman who's always there. I think he just kind of hangs out. But as soon as I walked in this morning, he's like, oh, he's here. He's going to get the big boy, which means my big coffee. I always get a big 24-ouncer. Yeah. So now he calls me big boy. It's like, oh, he's going to get the big boy.
You got to be careful who's calling you big boy. I'm glad it's this patron and not, just some random guy. When you go taking your kids to the playground and there's some guy smiling at you going, hey, big boy. It's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Well, watch, I'll probably stop with this Quick Start with my kids to get them a smoothie or something one of these days. And that guy will be in there. Or else the workers will catch on. Like, hey, it's big boy.
Yeah, there's two people you don't want calling you big boy. The guy at the playground and Dick Tracy. You don't want either one of them calling you big boy.
And your kids.
Oh,
yeah, because then I need to explain, it's because I get a big coffee. And my kids be like, what?
Everybody needs a nickname. You can't give yourself a nickname. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been given a nickname.
Never thought I'd be called Big Boy. Yeah.
Big boy.
I'm a grown man.
Kerri, were you ever given a nickname by your friends or a boss or a colleague or something?
Yeah, but I can't say any of them on air.
All right, well, as soon as we're done with this break, then you're going to have to tell us. I was J-Dog in high school.
Oh, no.
JP will remember this. Do you remember when everybody was dog?
Yes.
Maybe it's still a thing, but everybody was dog, so it was something dog. And I was J-Dog.
J-Dog.
Two G's, and dog was D-A-W-G.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. The literacy rate in the late 90s, late 80s, I don't know.
Well,
80s?
80s.
Come on, we're not that old.
But needless to say, I don't use that or claim it, but there you go.
That could be your air name. Hey, it's J-Dog in the morning.
J-Dog in the morning. All right, let's get things started. Actually,
you'd have to get like a spiked collar,
I mean, I'm all about it. Big boy, it's J-Dog and Big Boy with the girl.
There's always the girl. We don't know which one, though.
We don't know. All right, we got a lot of stuff on the show for you today. We got Jay's Homestyle Cooking. That is going to be our sponsor. They have Gender Bender. What happened to our guys? They fell off the face of the earth. They're down by 4 on the year here, 2021. So that means you got to catch up. 20-16, the score there. Lots more on the show as well. As we get in the morning, we're almost to the time of the year where we can sit around a fire and enjoy it. And it doesn't have to be a fire inside. That'll be the good day. Today, maybe not quite that day, but we're getting there. About 43 for a high today, low tonight. About 14. That's a spread. There's an Iowa March day. 43 to 14.
Ugh.
Sounds like a bad high school football score. Speaking of high school, not football, though, the tournament's going on right now. State tournament. We've got a lot of coverage on our K92.3 app. Didn't go so well for a couple of area teams yesterday. You know what? Give me about 10 minutes here. I'll send an app alert out rather than blabbing all the details. You can see some photos and read more on the app. What was it, Class 5A yesterday?
5A and 3A, I believe, were yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll see that on the app. But on to college, JP was at Wartburg. You called some. Are you PA?
Yeah, the public address announcer.
Now, I've got to ask, and I'm not trying to humiliate anybody, but because we're in COVID, are you PAing for nobody?
The officials always joke with me before the game saying, do you even need the microphone? I'm like, not really.
You can just yell out the booth, hey,
yeah. Because I think each team is allowed 50 fans, and it's usually just parents.
Yeah.
And then they'll be on the outside, like the baseball, football team. They're having practice now, too. They'll just kind of hang out and watch through the windows. But it's very quiet. During a timeout, if a coach is not happy, you can hear every word he or she is saying.
Do they sell concessions?
No concessions either.
Good game last night, though, for the Knights, right?
It was not a good game. Well, it was a great game. Didn't end up in their favor. The 4th-ranked Wartburg Knights women's basketball team was defeated in double overtime by 14th-ranked Simpson.
Double overtime. That's why he's got the big boy coffee.
Oh, I know. Late night.
Yeah. And plus, you have to drive back because you don't live in Waverly.
Correct.
Right? Well, at least some good basketball, A lot of people are fired up. Kerri's fired up. Kerri's not a huge sports fan, but you're even fired up for March Madness, which starts up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, I am. And Syracuse beat UNC last night.
Did they?
Yeah, in basketball, men's basketball, they beat them by 2 points.
Home game, road game?
Home game.
Are they allowed to have fans? I know you can't go, but are they allowed to have fans there right now?
I know in New York State they just started opening up. They're planning to open up some sports facilities for like a small number of fans, but right now they're not really doing that.
Hannah and I went to do our recycling on Sunday, and the McLeod Center, there were a lot of fans heading in to watch UNI basketball. We were surprised. I don't know how many they let in. From the outside, you can't tell if it's going to be a big crowd or not necessarily. But it looked like they were going to have a crowd of some kind. So I guess it just varies by region or location. But hopefully we're past this soon. Big story on our K92.3 app about the COVID-19 vaccine heading to Iowa. We know there's now a third one approved. We've got, for the first time, 6-digit numbers. 100,000 vaccines this week will arrive in our state. Nothing's changing. It's still the same groups of people that are able to get the vaccine, but the good news is more of them will be able to get them. And if you know that J&J shot that was just approved, it's a 1-dose vaccine. So you get it, and you wait till maybe 6-7 months they make a booster. But till then, you don't have any other vaccination obligations. In our building, isn't this crazy to think? I've heard 1 in 5 Iowans have been vaccinated. One person in our office has.
Oh, I didn't even know we had.
Roger.
Oh, I did not even know that.
Yeah, that's it. And we have more than 5 people that work here. So that seems a little off. But maybe we have I don't even know if we have anybody else eligible in our office yet. Because you have to be, 65 plus or a teacher. I mean, obviously, we're not, our profession, we're not teachers. Although Kerri's very educational.
Barely, just barely. That word of the day is really going to be the thing that gets me the vaccine.
There you go. You have to use it. Anyways, hopefully things are going well for you, or you know people who are vaccinated. My grandparent in-laws get their second one this week. I'm not sure what day. It could be today for all I know. And my mom gets her second one next week. On the 12th. So, a couple people. Do you guys know anybody personally? Oh, yeah, Kerri does. Your mom.
Yeah.
No, your dad.
My dad got his second shot in Pennsylvania like last week or 2 weeks ago, and my mom is getting her first one tomorrow.
And your dad, any side effects for number 2?
No, not that I know of. I mean, it seems to be going well. He just seemed pretty fine with everything. No side effects, no fever, like some people have been saying. But he's been good. He's been good.
My parents are both 1,000,000 years old, and they did not get their shots yet. They're still waiting.
Now, they're in what, Grundy?
Grundy County, yeah.
I don't know how things are going there, but it's a smaller county population-wise, so that might have something to do with their allocation. Well, I know Blackhawk is on the list of the counties getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine right away. Not every county will. There's not that much to go around. So it's probably got more to do with population. All right, Marks in the Morning rolls on. Speaking of things that are good for you, but maybe not as good as you thought, there's a new guideline on fruits and vegetables, how many you're supposed to eat a day. A new study finds that you might be eating more than you need. Well, give me a ballpark here. How many fruits or vegetables do you think you eat a day? How many servings?
2, maybe 3, personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same ballpark.
Do you each prefer fruit or vegetables if you had to pick just one?
I would say coffee.
That's a vegetable, right? It's a bean. It grows on the tree.
Fruit, but when I can't have fruit, potatoes, and when I can't have specific potatoes, French fries.
Okay. I mean, you got to make sure that potato is, cooked up, right? So it's all the bacteria. Yeah. A new study found that eating fruit and vegetables is super important, but you don't have to eat as many as you thought. Now, this is not the government's guidelines, but this is the results of a survey that studied 100,000 people for 30 years. Seems like a very long time. Here's what it found.
That's Big Brother watching you for a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. They found that 3 vegetables and 2 servings of fruit a day is the ideal amount. So 3 servings of vegetables, 2 servings of fruit. Any more than that is simply overkill. Maybe not unhealthy, but overkill. The perfect amount that I just gave you there will help you live longer, according to this study. And people who actually ate more than that didn't live longer. Kind of fascinating, huh?
So if you just eat a bushel of apples a day, that's not necessarily going to help you.
It won't keep the doctor away necessarily. It might send you to the toilet, though.
It's a lot of fiber.
It is. Unfortunately, only 1 in 10 of us eat that much produce a day. So despite this being less than the maybe recommended guidelines, we're still not eating enough. However, I'll remind you, eating more fruit and vegetables lowers your cancer risk by 10%, heart disease by 12%, respiratory disease by 35%, and the overall risk of premature death by 13%. Oh, by the way, not all fruits and vegetables count, though. They found that leafy greens are the best, and starchy vegetables like corn, peas, and potatoes don't do any good. By the way, fruit juice doesn't do you any good either.
What? It's from a fruit.
Too much sugar, apparently.
Fake news.
Is there one fruit or vegetable in particular that sticks out that you guys just loathe, that you just hate to eat? If you see it, you're like, I'm not touching it.
I'm not a big fruit guy.
Really?
I like berries, but I don't really love oranges or apples. I don't mind them in juice or alcohol. Limes. And lemons and limes, I love the flavor, but the acid makes me not feel so good. Like gut rot. But vegetables, I'm not very picky. I used to hate Brussels sprouts, and then my wife and I kind of did some experimenting and found out how to make them so they're actually palatable.
Butter.
Yeah, well, that's just it. They're not as healthy, but they're more palatable. I don't love avocados. I know it's a fruit.
I love
okay. How do we turn off your mic?
I like guacamole, but I can't eat an avocado on toast. The texture just makes me go, ugh.
I hate peas.
Oh,
even if they're in in a stew or a soup, I just cannot eat peas. Oh.
Okay. See, and I can't picture a chicken pot pie without peas.
Yeah, same here. But I will put them to the side. I cannot eat peas, which is funny because they're so small. You think you wouldn't even notice. But
No. Do you have one, Kerri? Is there something you can't stand?
I can't do green beans. They're so gross.
Wow.
They smell.
Green bean casserole?
Yeah.
No, that's disgusting.
I prefer canned green beans, though, I will say, over regular green beans. There's just something about the taste.
That's disgusting.
It's better. Maybe it's the salt or the sodium they add to keep them fresh.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Kerri, you're not going to like your birthday gift tomorrow. 6 cans of green bean and Jolly Green Giants coming to say hi.
Yes.
So just be nice to them. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes on Marks in the Morning with some local news, some weather, and Dirk Bentley. He's gone. He's coming up. We're just a fan of live country music, and he can't wait to get back to it. Justin Moore will be at the Buchanan County Fair in Independence this July. The tickets are on sale. They went on sale a couple of Mondays ago, back in February. Justin Moore will take the stage on the 8th, which is a Thursday night. As I mentioned, tickets are on sale. If you want a link, they're on our K92.3 app, or you can just go to BuchananCountyFair.org. You'll see a ticket link. Chris Daughtry was also announced. That'd be a good show. Was he Friday?
I know the tickets go on sale today for Daughtry at the Buchanan County Fair.
So super cool. We're working on getting some tickets for you, too, for Justin Moore, so you'll have a chance to go see him live for free. Even if you bought tickets, you should definitely go buy tickets. But maybe you'll have another pair or so. We'll have more Eli Young Band tickets before their show in Cedar Rapids. We just secured a deal with them to get you more tickets. Their show is coming up at the end of March. And then, of course, Lee Brice is coming up on the 13th, a week from this Saturday, at the Five Flags Center in Dubuque. We'll have more tickets this Thursday on Marks in the Morning. During the pandemic, has there been anything you guys have experienced that you're planning to take with you post-pandemic? For example, are there any aspects of spending more time at home that you've really decided, you know what, I'm going to make this a part of my life going forward? Or are you ready to be just done with all of it?
I can't wait to go to a bar without feeling guilty again.
That's true.
So, I'm kind of done with being at home. Is that bad? Am I a bad person for
It's not everybody is going to feel that way. But some people are experiencing, I don't know how else to say it, you know what Stockholm Syndrome is.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what's happened with the pandemic for a lot of people. They are enjoying being, I don't want to say locked down, because we're not. In fact, Iowa has the fewest COVID-19 restrictions of any U.S. state. But a lot of people, 53% of people took part in a survey that said that they found that they're going to miss being locked down. That includes 8% of people who said they're going to miss a lot about the pandemic, which seems so counter to everything that most of us have experienced.
I have a feeling that even if we come out of this 100% and everything's back to normal, I think I'll still be sanitizing quite frequently just because everyone seemed to realize how catchy certain germs and bacteria and viruses are. And look at, I don't know the exact stats, but you haven't heard anything about the flu this season. I think because everyone's wearing a mask and washing their hands all the time, that the flu hasn't really spiked.
No. Yeah, the year I get a flu shot.
Me too. I did too. Yeah.
Maybe it just worked. I don't know. How about you? Kerri, you said you can't wait to go back to the bar. Is there nothing you'll miss? And it's okay to say no. Trust me, this has been anything but normal. There's very few things I'll miss.
What I will miss is kind of the respect for personal space that the 6 foot social distancing really provided. Like, I'm really happy that when I'm in a line or when I'm like anywhere, there's always like those little red dots that say 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart, because I just hate being in crowds.
Now, you're from a neck of the woods where there's a lot of mass transit, a lot of shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, people who don't know people getting to know people very quickly.
Yeah.
Here, we don't have as much of that. The floors, I get it. When you're at Fairway or something and you're checking out and somebody's right behind you, no COVID, it's kind of like, hey, give me some space. But otherwise, we're not as elbow to elbow here as you would be. I mean, you go 3 miles out of Waterloo and you'll start to see cornfields and soybean fields and whatnot. So it's probably not as big a thing. But I get you. You kind of like the distancing, the separation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big hugger, high-fiver, handshaker, so it's been strange to not do that, especially around family members. Yeah. But I don't know if I'll go back to it after everything's said and done.
I'm going to miss the JP hug.
It'll be 5 in the morning, I walk in. Morning, Johnny, give me a hug.
Oh, okay. Nice cologne.
I showered this month.
Yeah. I can tell it's March 2nd. It was just yesterday. We got about 3 more days before that hug gets stale. Well, how about you? Is there anything you're going to miss from the pandemic? Tap the message button on your app and let us know. I'm just excited to get out again. We're a radio station, and radio stations do best when we're out in the community. Otherwise, we're just voices in the box or cell phone, or however you're listening to us, or a small cylinder if you're using your Alexa. But we're excited to get back out. We've been talking to people like Jessica Rucker at Main Street Waterloo and how excited we are for Friday Loos and Taste of everything. So, I don't know about you, but even I think some introverts. My wife identifies herself as an introvert, and she said, I miss just going out on a Saturday. We'd go to Single Speed for dinner. Or we'd go to the Verve, that kombucha place, and get drinks on a random Friday night. Maybe we ate at home. But it's Friday night. We want to go out. We haven't done that.
I think it's the option of having to do that or not, whether you wanted to stay home or go out. It's just now you don't have that option.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think just the options are nice. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes with Nashville News on Mark's in the Morning. Also, that new Tim McGraw song not too far off. It's called Undivided. Today is a big day for celebrity birthdays. If you have a birthday on March 2nd, well, you share a birthday with Luke Combs, the country superstar. Is 31 today. Wow, Kerri, you are off a day between pop superstar Justin Bieber, Luke Combs, and then you. I guess you're off by 2 days from Justin, but it's like what a sequence of events. We start the month with the Biebs, who of course was on a song with Dan and Shay. Then we go to Luke Combs, the biggest name in country music for the past couple decades. Then we go to Kerri Mack on Wednesday, and then it all goes downhill.
Yeah, what a letdown.
I like to think it keeps building. The tension keeps building. Oh, Justin Bieber, cool. Luke Combs, amazing. Kerri Mack, astronomical.
Yes, it just never gets bigger. Daniel Craig, the most recent James Bond. How old do you think he is? Today's his birthday, of course.
I would say he does not look his age. He's been acting for decades, but upper 40s.
Close, 53.
Called it.
Which means it is no time to die for him. Got a few more years. Chris Martin from Coldplay, the singer, is 44. Bryce Dallas Howard, we all know her as Ron Howard's daughter, but also a star in her own right. She's got a big one today. It's a milestone birthday. Anybody want to guess?
30.
Wow. She would give you the biggest hug in the world for that. Nope. Keep going.
40.
Yeah, she's 40 today.
Oh.
She'll be in the new Jurassic World sequel, the third one.
As long as she's not wearing high heels running from a T-Rex.
Yeah, that was kind of cheesy.
Terrible scene.
Oh, that's the one. I confused her with the chick who's married to Borat.
Oh, God. No, that's Amy Adams? No, who's married to Borat?
Oh,
like Ingrid something?
She was in.
Isla Fisher. Isla Fisher.
Well, there you go. Big Ben Roethlisberger is 39, and notorious cheater Reggie Bush is 36. you don't know that story, he won a ring with the Saints. Then he lost his Heisman Trophy for cheating and breaking NCAA rules. Then he presumably cheated on Kim Kardashian and lost her. So he's doing well. But he's still got more Super Bowl rings than we will. Legendary rocker Bon Jovi, 59. What's his real name, JP? Do you remember?
Oh, it's Beyond Jovi or Bon Jovi, something like that.
John Francis Bon Jovi. Which means if the music thing doesn't work out, he can go back to Olive Garden. That's about it, but those are some pretty big names. Legendary Carpenters member Karen Carpenter, she died very young, 1983 she died.
You forgot one big one.
Oh, the Cat in the Hat guy?
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. It was his birthday in 1904 he was born. He passed in 1991 after eating some bad green eggs and ham.
Oh, no.
I have that on good authority. I'm not sure.
Did you know?
Did
you know his name was actually pronounced Seuss?
What?
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I read
but
that
it started as Seuss, and he just never corrected it. Just let it go.
Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss.
And he's not a
imagine
real
that?
doctor, I heard.
What? Now you're just lying.
Doctor of literature, probably.
No, I'll have to Google this, but I'm not sure if he's a real doctor.
Well, look who's the Grinch now.
Johnny.
Anyways, happy birthday to you, too. If it's your birthday, tomorrow's a big one because our own Kerri Mack has birthday, as we just implied. So, quite a string here of good birthdays. All right, Tuesdays we do a segment called Tuesday Bluesday. And we're going to do that momentarily. You have a chance to get something off your chest, a first world problem that others might judge you for because it's so inconsequential. Here we devote a whole segment to it on Tuesdays. But before that, we'll...
It's in the morning, Tuesday Blues Day. What's got you feeling blue today? Cedar Valley.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me look stupid.
So, Kerri, yesterday, let's rewind for anybody who missed it. Your light was stuck on above your bed. Kerri is staying at a area hotel, a very nice one, but the problem with staying at a hotel is you only have one option for sleeping. There's only one room, so it's not like you could get away. Your unit is right below the washer, the dryer, the laundry. I don't know if there's more than one laundry facility in this place, but it's above one of them. And the shaking or the rattling of the machine appeared to have jostled the wiring of your light, and it went from not being on to being stuck on.
Yeah, that was the case. I moved in that it was an it was a ceiling fan with a light, and the fan and the light just didn't work. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'd rather something not work than it always working, which was the case. Yet, 2 nights ago, when I was trying to go to sleep and I turned off all the lights, and the one right above my bed wouldn't turn off. So I called maintenance. I called one of the guys on site who was a sweetheart and helped me out. He offered to move me to a different room. They were very kind and hospitable. But yesterday, I walked in, and there was a handyman there, and I looked up, and the light was off, and I was so happy.
Good. So now will it turn on?
The fan does. The light, he's coming back today, so I'll give you a lit update about that tomorrow.
All right, so the saga continues, but at least Kerri can sleep again without having to put a mask over her face. All right, there you go. It's Tuesday Blues Day. JP, do you have anything you want to vent about here on a Tuesday Blues Day?
Well, do you guys recall my infamous snow cave, my igloo that I made with my kids a few weeks back?
Well, we were talking about this. JP was hiding out in a cave with all that snow, and you had some, Hawkeye... Was it vodka there?
Yeah, I had some spirits with me, and and it caved in. The warm weather finally caved. It lasted about a week, and then it got too heavy.
Where are you going to drink now? In the bathroom?
No, I'll have to just dig a hole once the ground thaws out.
Dig a hole.
We're at the worst time of the year to dig a hole. Not quite there. JP's Blues. Oh, wow.
Were you trying to sing there?
I don't know what was going on. That would be Tuesday Blues Day.
That was a mad riff.
That was.
J-Dog.
Thank you. Yeah, it's about time somebody called me by my God-given nickname. My Blues Day, my Tuesday Blues Day is, it's definitely one that is hashtag first world problems. Hy-Vee the other day was out of corned beef hash, which is my favorite breakfast item. It comes in a can. It's cheap. It could be made at home. Yes, Kerri's looking at me like I'm some sort of savage.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Corned beef hash? That's what you have for St. Patrick's Day.
Roast beef hash. Did I say corned beef hash? Well,
Yeah.
corned beef hash, they had cans of corned beef hash. They're out of roast beef hash.
Oh, okay.
Which I have had both for breakfast. St. Patrick's Day or not. So I have to wait another week. Or go to, I suppose I should go to Fairway.
I hear they're open on Sundays.
All right. You can tap the message button on the K92.3 app to write one, or you can tap B on the radio. We got a bunch of submissions. Remember, you don't have to do it on a Tuesday. If something hits you in the middle of the week, you'll be on an upcoming Tuesday Blues Day. Let's hear from one of our callers. He's going through some stuff.
So I went out with this guy.
Okay, she's going through some stuff. Sorry, let me start it over.
So I went out with this guy from work, and we went to dinner, and the moment we get to dinner, he starts complaining about the prices on the menu. And when I order a drink, he just makes this noise like, and then at the end of the meal, he just sits there and kind of waits for me to also take my credit card out of my purse. I thought, well, you asked me out. You have to pay. That's just it. It's like, whoever does the asking out, you pay. And stop complaining about money the whole time. It's ridiculous.
All right.
I'm guessing there was not a second date.
No.
They're married now.
Is that really the case? So if I ask, just JP to come to have lunch with me, I have to pay for his lunch too? Or is her rule only for dating? Because if so, I'd like to poke holes in that one.
I think it's only for dating, because if I ask JP, hey, let's go for lunch, I'm assuming we're both paying our own way.
Because it's a work lunch.
Yeah, because it's a work lunch and we're pals.
So if you ask him to dinner, you have to pay? Dinner makes the difference, or what?
I think if it's early on in dating, if I were to ask someone out, I personally would just think I'm going to pay because I asked you out as our first, second date. I think once you get more involved with each other while you're married, you just split everything.
Then it doesn't make any difference.
It's her money then anyway.
Maybe he was just waiting for her to pull out her wallet so he could say, no. We'll never know. All right, this guy has some issues.
What I can't stand is when I have an itch on the bottom of my foot and I can't even itch it. I always got my shoes on. I hate shoes in general.
All right.
He hates shoes?
He sounds like a hippie.
He'd rather be barefoot. All right, I can relate to the itchy foot part. Okay, one more here we got time for.
Yeah, I got something I want to talk about. Guys who walk around in the gym naked. Their window of putting clothes back on is there, but they aren't taking it. That grosses me out, and there's no need for it.
Back when I went to the Sportsplex more often, I saw a well-known Cedar Valley public figure naked several times in the locker room.
It was JP.
No, JP works out in Cedar Falls, but nice try.
Oh my gosh. Do guys do that? Do you guys just walk around naked?
Especially the old
Some
guys.
do.
The older gentlemen do because they just don't care anymore.
It's true. Well, Sportsplex has showers if you go... Oh, well, yeah, they've showers.
It's not like we're lifting weights naked.
No,
it's in the shower room. We should say that, yeah.
That guy's gripe is the locker room. Nothing says I'm comfortable like you walk out naked and watch Sports Center on the locker room TV for a while. Well, everybody's like, full moon. All right, I am going to play this last one because this guy, I remember when this one came in, he wants our help with something. We should connect him with the first complainer. Let me get to his story.
I've been on dating sites, and nobody's responding to me. I'm a good guy. I'm smart, and I'm not a rocket scientist, and I feel like I'm a good-looking guy, and if you guys have the power to find me a date or something, by all means, I will go out with any female that you can find. I give you free range. I will take that girl out on a date.
Okay, there you go.
Any girl that we can find. He's not picky. I'll give him that.
I have a lovely friend with a snaggletooth if you want to talk to her.
No, I was thinking you, Kerri. I thought that I was looking right at you the whole time that was playing.
I think that's why he sent the message in the first place. Any girl we can find, hint, hint.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I can't get with anyone who's a listener, I feel like.
He's clearly not listening, because if he were, he'd know you were single. He'd have just gone right for it.
Oh, yeah, he could have shot his shot, but he missed.
All right, there you go. It's Tuesday Blues Day on Marks in the Morning. I hope you weren't looking forward to going out with Kerri because we just learned 2 things. Hey, did somebody send you a message there about Dr. Seuss?
Oh, yeah. We actually got a message on Facebook from our friend Melissa. Hey, Melissa. Kerri is absolutely correct about Dr. Seuss. He was not a doctor. He got in trouble in college and couldn't use his regular name to publish, so he has used his middle name Seuss for the longest time. And then when he finally started selling books, he put doctor in front of it. I just read a biography on him with my 2nd grader.
Cool. And it's Seuss, you said, is how we're supposed to pronounce it?
That's JP.
Yeah, I think it was actually pronounced Seuss. So you're saying that I'm going to do that from now on. Next time we get new business cards, it's just going to say Dr. James Patrick. It's not going to explain why doctor. It's just going to be there.
You know, as a radio person, that could be your radio name, Dr. Patrick or Dr. JP.
Ooh, I like Dr. JP.
Kerri just got, they haven't come yet, but she ordered her business cards, and it's going to say Kerri Mac and cheese. Culinary whiz. We'll be back in a couple minutes with your chance to play Gender Bender, sponsored this week by Jay's Homestyle Cooking. Speaking of, they have great corned beef hash. I'll have you know. You can win. You can go for free if you get more questions right than your opponent.
Red ready. Are you ready? It's time to play Gender Bender on Marks in the Morning. Hey, Johnny Marks, who are our contestants today?
This morning, we are going to have a sort of rematch of sorts. I'll introduce you first to Ashley from Evansdale. Ashley, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good. Your opponent is hungry. Well, all guys are, but he's hungry more specifically for a win. He called yesterday and wasn't able to get the W. I'm talking about Jason from Waterloo. Jason, how are you doing?
Good.
And you're taking your kid to school, is that right?
Yes.
And Ashley's doing the same thing, and then she's a teacher, so it's like all-day school for you, huh?
Yep.
Well, I wish you each luck and success. The rules are simple. They'll each get 3 questions aimed at the opposite gender. Whoever has a better score wins. During the break, Ashley selected Jason to go first. Whoever our first caller is, they get to decide. And that means, Jason, you'll get your questions from Kerri to kick things off. Good luck.
Okay, Jason, I know we didn't have luck last time, but I have a good feeling about this one, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. This is a 50-50 shot, so again, 50-50. True or false? The dot on the letter I is known as the point. True or false?
True.
It's false.
Oh. Clearly, I don't know the answer. It's not known as the point.
It's the tittle.
Oh.
Why can't it just be called the dot?
Yeah. Why is
You always say you dot your I's, you cross your T's.
Yeah, that's true.
Because nothing can be simple,
No.
can it, JP? I'm sorry I can't make you happy.
Ashley, you're a teacher. Why can't our language be easier to understand?
I didn't even know the answer to that.
Well, let's see if things can improve from here.
Okay, what kitchen term means to brown a piece of meat very quickly with high heat? Broil or sear?
Here.
Yeah.
Nice job. He's 1 for 2 and still a salvageable game here.
Okay, this is a movie from 2007, so I hope you know movies from 2007. Hilary Swank, Gerard Butler, Kathy Bates, and Lisa Kudrow all starred together in what 2007 romantic movie?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
No.
It's P.S. I Love You.
Oh, of course, my favorite.
Oh, yeah. I have that on DVD and have watched all the special features.
The director's cut is great.
That was a tough round. We'll see how Ashley does. Maybe her questions will be equally as tough.
All right, Ashley. True or false? Marilyn Monroe was in the very first issue of Playboy magazine.
Oh, shoot. I'll say true.
Absolutely correct.
I'm sure it translated just as well to Braille as anything.
1953 was the year, if I recall.
Wow.
In track and field, do runners in a 400-meter race begin from a level or a staggered start?
Staggered.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And just for fun, let's see if you can get this one. Because it wasn't fair because he had a 2007 movie. So here's another one for you. Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, and John Travolta all starred together in what 2007 movie?
Oh, I know this. It's the motorcycle movie, but I can't think of the name.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
I can't think of the name.
Wild Hogs.
That was actually a funny
Wild Hogs,
movie.
there we go.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
I have not.
Kerri wasn't even born when that came out.
No, I was, and I've seen the movie. I don't like it.
Oh. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and definitely enough for a win today. Ashley, you are our reigning champion as of this morning, and that means now the ladies are up 21-6. I got an angry email from
16. 16.
No, it's 17 because we add another one after 16 because they won.
No, the ladies won.
You're right.
Right,
sorry.
you just screwed that up.
Man, you guys need some caffeine today or
We're
something.
We're going to go lay down. But congratulations, Ashley. You are our winner. Jason, you're welcome to call back again.
Jason.
And try again. Have a great day,
All right.
Jason. We'll talk to you soon. Ashley, thank you for all you do as a teacher. We appreciate our teachers on this show.
you.
And you learned something. Go into class today and tell the kids no longer should they dot their I's, they should tittle their eyes. And we'll
Right.
see what kind of reaction you get. Kids can be cruel, so maybe don't do that. It's Marks in the Morning. Got the sunshine part, the beers part. Well, we don't judge. It is still 8:08 in the morning. But if you're a third shift worker, you're probably on your second one by now, right? Speaking of, John Deere is going to be hiring. That's good news. You can read more about that story on the K92.3 app. A lot of people anticipating a big comeback here, a big surge in about April. And I'm not talking about a surge in COVID cases. I'm talking about the opposite. A surge in economic uptick and people gathering again as more and more people get vaccinated. The last report I heard was that vaccination open season will be April, meaning anybody can go get one. Feels like we're far from it now, at least in Iowa, but hopefully that day comes very soon. I think the three of us should get each of the different 3 vaccines and see which one works the best.
All at once.
Yeah, no, not all.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you get the Pfizer one, JP. You'll get the Moderna one, Kerri, and I'll get the Johnson & Johnson one. We'll go out into the real world and see what happens. Right?
I feel like I should get the Johnson & Johnson one because
Why?
it's one shot. It's like 70% effective, and it's better for someone a bit younger to get it.
Oh, I'd be offended if my hearing aid wasn't turned so low and I missed most of that.
Oh, your dentures just came out, Johnny. Put them back up.
There we go. Thank you. But that's a big story. Of course, a lot of people excited about that. And one venue that hopefully we can get back to soon is the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center. Under construction. It should be finished up by the fall, which is great timing. I haven't seen it in forever. The last time I was at the Sullivan Brothers was in July 2018 for a wrestling event. And I know it's been a big issue to get that sucker renovated. And I really hope, I don't know what the renovations are going to look like. I know it's already over $10 million, so it's not a cheap thing. But there's so much potential for downtown activities. We've got Young Arena, that's awesome. But really to have another venue, like a convention center almost, it's exciting, the potential. That remodeled hotel right next door. Should be a good time here coming up in the fall in Waterloo. I know that from what I read, the remodel, you won't be able to recognize it, and that's a good thing. So that's something to look forward to. We got a lot of stuff on the horizon here to look forward to.
We have some businesses opening up in Waterloo, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. Although we don't know. Can't say much more than that because, the tittle hasn't been put on the I yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, once the ink dries, we'll have confirmation. Yes, a lot's going on in downtown Waterloo. Waterloo in general, of course, we know. Cedar Falls, new restaurant coming on Main Street. That one, it just needs to be okayed by the city council. The concept's there. So there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to get excited about. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of businesses during COVID, but hopefully there's a lot come back, more than we had before, because people are going to want to get out. No doubt about it. All right, coming up in just a couple minutes here at 8:15 on Marks in the Morning. Kerri Mack's going to tell us about her roommate. And in the meantime, we're collecting, or not roommate, her neighbor. But we are
like, wow, she has a roommate now, too?
Apparently he was loud enough that she thought he was in the same house. But if you have any neighbor or roommate story for us, let us know. We've got it posted on
2 black Cadillacs by a woman named Kerri Underwood.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Yes. Yes, that goes without saying. She should do an updated version. All right, it's Marks in the Morning at 8:15. Kerri, our Kerri, with a K. You have a neighbor who he's actually been on this show. He called in and complained that you were talking about him. So every time you talk about him, I always turn your mic up a little bit louder in the hopes that he'll call back in.
I don't want him. We came to an agreement that he won't listen to the show.
Oh, just now. Thanks. You got rid of one of our listeners.
Do we even know his name?
I do. I'm not going to tell anyone.
I don't remember him saying it on the air. If he did, I don't remember. So we'll just call him Kerri's neighbor.
Yes.
A neighbor affectionately referred to on this show as the noisy neighbor is now taking noisy to another level.
Oh, geez.
You give us a very clean version of what happened. And Kerri, by the way, texted me immediately. It's funny, on the weekend sometimes, JP will message me or I'll text him. Kerri and I will text back and forward sometimes. We talk about show stuff or just stuff in our life. And this one I was not expecting from Kerri. Normally I put my phone down when I'm done, but this one I went right to my wife and I'm like, look what Kerri sent me.
Did you really show your wife?
Yeah, she thought it was hilarious.
Oh, no.
And she felt bad for you.
Yeah. Well, it's a hotel, so I know that certain things happen in a hotel that don't normally happen in some other places.
Oh, no.
So at 4 o'clock...
Yes, they leave scones out for you.
4 a.m. or 4 p.m.?
It was 4 or 5 p.m.
Thankfully.
I came back from work. I had pizza. I was living my best life. And the person next door was also living their best life. If you want to know what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I texted Johnny... something's going on in the next room, and I don't know what to do.
And there's a good chance they were just moving furniture and enjoying themselves doing it.
They sure were.
Yeah. But Kerri...
For like 20 minutes?
Oh, that's pretty impressive. All right. You know,
must have been a big bed if they're moving furniture. Take 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Kerri, you all right over there?
I don't know if I'm impressed or...
See, this is a different situation. When he had his loud Super Bowl party, you can go over and say, hey, just keep it down. You can't really bang on the door and say, hey, keep it down. It's 4 in the afternoon.
I need you to be quiet over there.
Trying to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, that just shows how sad I am.
Kidding.
I was eating pizza and...
You could have been moving furniture. Well,
it could have been the best pizza ever or the worst pizza ever. Maybe he was eating pizza too.
Yeah.
With his girlfriend?
Just excited, yes.
I eat a lot. I make a lot of noise when I eat food I like, Kerri. So in other words, you've now heard almost every phase of this man's life, from his noisy friends and football Super Bowl party to his more private life.
Yeah, definitely.
His second job is a furniture rearranger.
If he is listening to the show this morning, he will never talk to you again. Or, actually, this could work in your favor. Now he knows that his details are getting on the air, so maybe you don't have to worry about moving any more furniture next door.
Maybe the bed will be on the other side of the room after they rearranged, and you won't have to.
He has to rein it in. Oh, my goodness. It was loud, and... I'm right next door, and the walls are thin, so I was like, So I texted Johnny, and Johnny just laughed in my face.
Did you ask Johnny, what should I do, or did you just tell him the story?
Oh, she just told... I'll show you the message here when we go off the air. It was... I knew right away what she was talking about.
So, did you happen to see the next door neighbor or his friend afterwards?
Yeah, there's a peephole in my bathroom. No, I didn't.
No, I thought maybe like you were leaving and you see him in the hall and he's like, hey, have a good day. I'm like, you already did.
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I think I heard them leave. Maybe they went for dinner or something. But yeah, something was going on.
Well, I get hungry too after I move furniture.
Yeah,
so.
It's logical.
Yeah.
A glass of wine afterwards.
It's just I'm kind of used to it because I'm fresh out of college, so I know all this stuff happens. But it's just like
here's the one of the problems when you have a noisy neighbor. In general, you can usually talk to them, which you have, and you made cookies and all that. But when you have a situation where people are having an extended stay in a hotel, you don't really know. Their business might be paying for it. They might be getting such a great deal. You don't know how long they're going to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
With a noisy neighbor, I feel like you have to coexist because you're either in a lease or, if you've got a home or it's a mortgage, you want to make things work. But in this situation, I don't feel like the inspiration is there to necessarily have a kumbaya moment because, they're not flipping the bill or they're not there by choice. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you could do the next time, they're moving furniture next door, you could always just go knock on the door and just ask him just the most random question. Like, hey, my light's not working and my fan in my bed, is yours working? Because I'm going to have a come, oh, are you busy? Oh, I'm sorry. Just keep interrupting him.
Kill the mood. That's
maybe you'll make him move then.
You can go.
Oh.
I have cookies again for you and your friend.
I just got a noise machine, so I'm tempted to just like blast that because it plays like weird noises like Tibetan bells, ocean seagulls.
Sounds like your neighbor's a noise machine.
Yeah. Might kill the mood with some Tibetan bells.
So should I out bad neighbor this person? Should I be a even worse neighbor?
I don't think that's in you. I don't think you are the bad neighbor.
I could be a bad neighbor. What do I have to do to be a bad neighbor?
I don't know. Honestly, for us, it would be, not shoveling. That would be being a bad neighbor.
You could put a pile of dog crap outside of his room.
Yeah.
He would seriously wonder where that came from since there's no, front door. It's not leading directly outdoors.
You don't have a dog.
And there's a lot of dogs in the building.
See? He would not expect that. Mm-hmm. Unless he's listening.
Oh, yeah. To be his shoes when he finds out. All right, what about you? We've got we can't read this one. We've got
yeah, I'm glad you proofread it before you went on the air.
David one-upped your story, Kerri. But I won't read it. But there you go. There's your tease to go to our Facebook page and add your own story.
Mm-hmm. And check out our Instagram. We got something posted on our Instagram story at Marks in the Morning K92.3.
Yeah, go check us out there. Or you can also tap the message button and drop us a message. Bad neighbor, bad roommate story if you want to hear them on K92.3. And we'll be back with news and weather next. Jason Aldean, she's country. Got a little time to move your furniture right now. After what we just talked about, my wife texts me and says she wants to move some furniture around tonight. So I hope you're happy.
You're welcome.
It's a work night.
You're welcome, Johnny.
Oddly enough.
Oh, no.
We actually literally redid our bedroom. It's in my Weekend in 5 photos. Hannah completed a painting project. We repainted the bedroom. I say we,
she
but she
repainted
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we moved some stuff around, and the bed's in a different spot. I think we've had our bed on every wall in our bedroom. One wall is like a closet almost the entire way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to open the door. But the other 3 walls have each had the bed. Is this something, maybe, JP, you've been a bachelor for a while. Do you find the urge to move stuff around often?
Never. I don't move anything.
I never moved stuff alone. My mom, growing up, would always move stuff around, too.
Yeah, I remember that with my mom, yeah.
Mine, too.
Do you have that urge, Kerri? I know you're in your first real place here, but do you have the urge to just move stuff? Like, do you get bored with the way your room is set up? No?
No, I'm completely content. I'll dust some stuff off, and I'll get to what I'm doing.
Dust? What's that mean? You dust? No, I'm kidding.
Come on. Who does that? Just sneeze and it goes away.
No, you got to wear a mask. You can't do that these days.
Oh, that's true. Well, be sure you're sneezing in your own home. All right. It's Marks in the Morning. JP at about this time, 8:35, 8:40, always gives us a history lesson. We're right between that, 8:38. What's our history lesson for today, James?
On March 2nd, 1983, something called the compact disc was introduced.
Oh, my gosh. The compact kids. This was a little round metal? No, what were they?
They came in the jewel case, which was insanely hard to open. You'd always end up cutting your fingers open. Mm-hmm. And then once you get to the meat, I guess, the music, it was a round. It wasn't really metallic, though, like you said. I don't know what, plastic?
I guess so.
But it was laser engraved music.
The concept of a CD is so fascinating, and they live on in DVD and Blu-ray form, and obviously a lot of our video games are, unless you're downloading your games, they're on a disc. But you look at a record, you can see, if you look close enough, the grooves. You can see the music, if that makes sense. On a CD, you can't see it. Even on a cassette or a VHS, you can see where the audio is, right? You wear out a tape if you listen to a cassette growing up. You know, like if you had a Garth Brooks tape, you pretty much know just by looking at it where you were on the tape. A CD, they just were metal looking or mirror looking.
Now, Johnny and I are roughly the same age. We grew up in the same era where CDs were the king for music. How many CDs do you have, if you had to take a guess?
I still have a ton of CDs.
Yeah, I have hundreds.
I have a ton. Yeah, I probably have in the ballpark, especially because in radio I got a lot of singles. It used to be that promoters would send you singles, and there was nothing wrong with just taking them home if your boss didn't mind, because you'd put it in the system, you'd rip it into your computer system, or you just never play the song. As long as you didn't resell it, that you can't do. But legally, I think I have probably 200 or 300 singles from my first couple of radio jobs. I couldn't tell you how many CDs I have. A lot of burned CDs.
And Kerri, how many CDs do you own?
4 or 5?
No, I actually have a few.
Do you really?
Yeah, I would go to school listening to Taylor Swift's Fearless on my CD player.
You had one of those big, bulky Walkman CD players?
Yeah, the big round ones. I have to think, because I got my dad a few for Christmas, and I got a few last year, so maybe like 50 or 60.
You really have that many.
That's a lot more than I thought. I applaud you with the older format.
I would have thought 5 or 6. We have a lot of records. Hannah and I still actively get records. Not like a ton of new ones, but we'll get, if she sees a garage sale or something, or a thrift store, if we hit up those, she'll usually buy a record.
Here's a question for you guys. Let's see how well you know CDs.
Okay.
On a standard CD, how many minutes of audio can you fit on a CD?
80.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it
80? Yep.
I have an advantage. I'm old.
I was about to say 250.
The very first album to be released on CD in the U.S., Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it true Twister was the first DVD released? That's what I've always heard, but I've never gone to verify that.
Or I've heard the story before. Maybe Twister was the first million-selling DVD.
Oh, that could be.
First, I guess, I don't know what it's called. It's platinum in radio if you sell million. I don't know what they call it in movies. I don't know if that's still platinum or not.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it is. I think it's still platinum. Well, in any event, happy birthday to the CD, which, what was it, 2018 or 19, records began to outsell CDs again.
Yeah. In the year 2000, nearly 1 billion CDs were sold in the USA. Last year, less than 50 million.
Wow.
So that's taken a big dive.
Best Buy got rid of their CDs famously a couple years ago. I think Target still has them. I don't know about Walmart. I think they still have a few CDs there too, but it's crazy. We're on to the digital age, and if you're going to get something physical, you get the biggest possible thing, a record. Mm-hmm. We've come so far from records, which were big, to cassettes and CDs, which were small but held a lot, and then we go back.
And the 8-track. Don't forget about the old 8-track tapes.
I never grew up with an 8-track. I've seen them, but you had to put like 3 or 4 for an album. Wasn't it 3 or 4 8-tracks?
Yeah, you could only fit 4 or 5 songs on one.
What an era. Like the old Atari. All right, we'll be back on Marks in the Morning with the Nashville News Minute coming up next. Also music from Blake Shelton on the way. It is Marks in the Morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to the month of March. Yesterday, of course, the first day. We have quite a few nice days in front of us here, temperature-wise, up into the 40s. Lows are still getting down there into the teens tonight, but nice and sunny and warm for the rest of this week. We might hit our first, don't hold me to this, but our first 60 by next week. Monday's early outlook is 58. Let's round up. It'll be about 60 degrees. You know, this would be, talk about Jason Aldean taking a little ride. There's still going to be snow on the ground, but this would be a good time, if you have some free time, maybe this weekend, to take a little ride. Especially, Kerri, you're learning the area. I think it'd be cool to get you up to JP's old neck of the woods up in Waukon. You have a lot of hills, a lot of rolling hills. Decorah, of course, clear up through about Spring Grove, Minnesota. It's kind of hilly.
Yeah, this is an area of the state millions of years ago that the glacier missed when it came through and flattened everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very bluffy.
It's the driftless region. Extends into Wisconsin. It's just beautiful. Right on that border there. I don't know the cities in Wisconsin as well, but there's, like, if you go in at least through Prairie du Chien, not Prairie du Chien. If you go in through Dubuque into Wisconsin, it's very hilly and such. And Dubuque, too, which you've driven through, so I wouldn't suggest you necessarily make that a priority to go back there. But you should check out the northeastern part of the state. It is, the stereotype on Iowa is it's flat and it's cornfields. And, yes, we got plenty of that. We call it the western part of the state. But you go out this way, northeast especially, you'll get a lot of bluffs, a lot of hills. Isn't Decorah's claim to fame they got hit by a meteor or something?
Yes, there is. I don't know the whole story, but it was a gigantic meteor or asteroid that hit millions and millions of years ago and wiped out a lot of the life up there.
The dinosaurs had just discovered Pseudo-Sue, and then they all died.
Well, there is a dinosaur on the can of Pseudo-Sue.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's his tribute. He gets to be on the can, but he can't drink anything that dwells within. Anyways, that's my recommendation. You know, head up on 63 and then dash out east over by Cresco, go through Decorah. I think you'd enjoy it. Highway 9, right? Up there?
There's a cave just north of Cresco called Niagara Cave. Has nothing to do with Niagara Falls, but it's Niagara Cave. And you go hundreds of feet below Earth. to the core. No, I'm kidding. You don't go that far. But it's a very, very fun cave. If you're not claustrophobic,
Ho, ho, ho.
they give you tours. I don't know if they're open because of Corona or it might be too early in the year.
Yeah.
They probably have to wait for it to thaw a bit. But that's something you could check out. Niagara Cave in Harmony, Minnesota, I think.
You should check that out. But Kokona was closed. We went. It was open, but you couldn't go into the caves. So if Minnesota's anywhere following the same guidelines, it might be closed. But you could probably still get up, into the area. Anyways, what we're saying, Kerri, is you should go take a trip this weekend and report back.
We're trying to get rid of you, Kerri.
Yeah,
go get out.
So in a roundabout way, I should go take a hike.
Ah, yes.
There you go. Actually, there are several roundabouts as you're leaving town, so it's perfect. I got a question for you guys. You know the old game One Must Go?
No.
Yes.
It's where you get...
I think I know. I'm
going to give you 3 food items, and one has to go forever.
Oh.
All right? I saw this on somebody's Facebook, and I thought, I don't know. I can't do it. Tacos, pizza, chicken wings.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
Forever and ever, it's gone. But the other 2 you can keep.
I'm going to keep tacos because if I'm stranded somewhere, I'm going to need black olives or lettuce or some sort of something besides meat. So I'm keeping tacos. I have to keep pizza. I'll get rid of the chicken wings.
Wow.
I know. That's a tough one.
Oh, man. And see, with my dairy issues, I would have to say pizza and then keep the wings and the tacos. Tacos are a must. You're right. It's the only thing we have that resembles a salad.
I think I'm going to go with JP because my thing is I love chicken, but I can get it from chicken tenders, chicken nuggets because I'm a 12-year-old.
I guess you can have chicken tacos, too.
Yeah, you can have chicken tacos.
And I'm thinking, my mind went this. I'm on a deserted island. I'm out there by myself, so I have to take these things with me. The chances of some sort of chicken or bird out there that I could turn into nuggets and wings is probably pretty high.
I could just see you out there chasing a wild turkey down 63. Come back! They're very gamey when they're not raised by a farmer.
And you can make pizza on a deserted island for some reason, too.
The thing with wings, though, I love chicken wings, but you're right. Pizza is very versatile. You can put anything on it. Tacos, you can put anything in it. Chicken wings are just kind of chicken wings.
You can have taco pizza.
Yeah, and what if I don't have ranch dressing? What am I supposed to dip my wings into?
You monster! I don't know. I hadn't thought that far. Well, you get to keep the wing sauce, too. You get to keep whatever type of
you didn't
wing.
say that.
Well, no, it's all encompassing.
Oh, okay.
Any type of chicken wing, any taco, any type of pizza.
Okay.
So you're going to stick with it. Pizza and tacos stay.
Yeah.
Both of you, huh?
You can make a taco pizza. I could combine these.
That's what I said.
You really get to know your friends when you're in duress.
That means you can have all the chicken. You can have all the chicken wings in your deserted island.
I would. I don't know when we ended up on an island. That wasn't.
That's just where my mind went. Because I'm thinking if I can't have all these, it would be funny though. We're on a deserted island and someone shows up like, "Oh, do you have anything to eat?" Well, I have pizza, but I ate it all. I also have tacos, but that's gone. There's some wings over there you can have.
I think if I'm on a deserted island, I'm more worried about who I'm with rather than what I'm eating.
I want a dessert island.
Ah, there you go. Eat up. It's Ice Cream Sundae day on the desert island. All right, it's Marks in the Morning. It's about 8 minutes before JP does Weird News Rodeo, a roundup of weird news stories. He looks through them, he sifts through them, he finds the weirdest one each and every day. And we have this back. Kerri Mack, did you watch last night? You're like 5 episodes ahead because you went to a taping not that long ago of The Voice.
Yeah, so I know what happens. No spoilers, but...
legally, you can't spoil.
Yeah, legally, they could have my head if I give out spoilers. I didn't watch it because I went to bed early.
Is it the same once you're part of the audience to then watch it, or is it kind of like because you've already know what's going to happen?
It's kind of the way I would kind of compare it to is like watching the prequels to Star Wars. You know that Anakin Skywalker is going to become Darth Vader.
What?
Whoa.
Spoiler, come on.
Hey.
But you're along for the journey and you're like, how did they get there? What happened? Who were some of the other people along the way who got cut?
And how they edited it for TV, too.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That's true. You'll have to watch your episode.
Yeah.
Which you were in, a knockout round or a battle round or whatever they're called?
I'm in the knockouts.
Okay. So when you get to that, you'll have to see what they chopped, if you can remember.
Yeah, they chopped the one girl in the hat and the pink jacket.
I'm curious, what if you did blab? What if you did say what would happen? Can they, I suppose they could, like if you got on social media, they could track you down, I suppose, say, hey, you agreed to this.
There was an instance that they told us about of something getting out, and they went and sued someone.
You know, and that probably never actually happened, but they're going to say that so no one does do it. It's smart on their part.
I believe them. There was, maybe I am gullible.
I'm not saying don't do it. I mean, God, don't do it because they might.
The winner is.
Kerri wouldn't even tell me what was going on. All she said was something that we'll talk about when we get there that you definitely weren't supposed to talk about, but we won't say it on the air.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk about that.
We'll get to it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, you were there when we get to it. All right, Weird News Rodeo is JP's segment here where he gives us a strange news story and a lot of whip sound effects with Howard Dean mixed in. What you got today, James?
A woman in Oklahoma is facing a burglary charge after she ripped off a window screen, climbed into a home, but she left without taking anything. So she broke into a home, didn't take anything.
Maybe it's like Goldilocks and it just wasn't the right house.
Looking for some porridge.
This house is too big.
The homeowner called police saying that a woman was breaking into her house. So officers showed up to the house. They did not find the woman immediately, but they did find a bag of Cheetos on the floor near the window. When they finally caught up to the woman who was walking down the street, they found her teeth were orange from eating the Cheetos.
No, she got busted.
She got busted because of the Cheeto dust on her teeth.
Oh
my gosh.
Well, go ahead, Kerri. I know you got something for this one.
She was caught red-handed or orange teeth.
Orange-toothed?
Orange tooth.
Think of how much this woman loves Cheetos. She's breaking into a house, but yet she cannot put down the bag of Cheetos long enough to finish the job.
It's like a lousy Super Bowl commercial right there, isn't it?
She didn't take anything either, which I don't... Yeah.
My question is, did she bring the Cheetos in during this entire escapade?
She must have, because the woman said nothing was taken.
No, did she take the Cheetos from that house, maybe?
No, I don't think so. She just brought it with her.
I mean, that's the way I'm going to rob it.
That's her accomplice, Chester Cheetah.
There you go. One day, this woman will be buried with her bag of Cheetos. And I doubt she'll care. She'll be happy about it. That's all she wants in the world. Give her Cheetos. If she goes to prison, let her have her Cheetos. All right, we'll be back on Marks in the Morning. It's K92.3. We've got news and weather coming up, plus Zach Brown Band on the way. John Party on Marks in the Morning. It's K92.3. I'm Johnny Marks. This is Kerri Mack. This is JP, and tomorrow's a big day. It's Kerri's birthday. We'll have to have a celebration on the show.
Oh crap! Does that mean we have to get you a gift?
Yeah.
No one has to get me anything.
We do. We have to get her a gift.
I'll give you the gift of my smile.
That's all I need.
Because it's priceless.
It is priceless. You may see it covered by a mask most of the time these days, but it's priceless. Kerri, I will give you the gift of my presence. The present is the presence. Yeah. I will be here tomorrow with you.
Yeah, I'll take having this job.
Okay, well, that's true.
That's a great gift for me.
Did you see that Reese's is making peanut butter cups that are chocolate-free?
What?
Wait. So what's the cup portion of it?
Well,
if there's no chocolate.
Peanut butter.
But
then it's just peanut butter.
It's a peanut butter shell with peanut butter filling.
No.
Well, I can just take a spoon of Jif and shove it in my mouth. It's the same thing.
They are aimed at. Here's a photo, JP. I thought I was going to show you.
All right, that looks kind of good, I guess.
These are aimed at people like me that don't eat carbs. They're keto friendly.
Oh, that means not fun friendly.
Two of my food weaknesses are peanut butter cups and Doritos. So, I mean, I would probably eat the crap out of those.
I'm going to eat it so much.
I'll tell you what, I'll get some too when they come out. It doesn't say, I'm on the website delish.com. It doesn't say, it says that they were introduced in 2019 and 2020 in limited release. I don't know if they ever made it to Northeast Iowa, but they will be this time.
I wonder if it's going to be, well, it might be too soon. I said Easter would be a great time to plan that release with all the Easter candy, but that's coming up too soon.
Yeah, you're right. It would be. I don't get how that's keto friendly because peanuts still have carbs, but maybe a lot less. Maybe it's more natural. Maybe I guess the fiber would be way higher.
Maybe it's not real peanut butter. It's like Nutella or something.
Am I the only one on planet Earth that doesn't like Nutella?
I've never even tried it.
I can't stand it.
I used to have it a lot, but now I'm like way over.
I don't even know what it is. I know it's supposed to be like peanut butter, right?
It's hazelnut, I think.
It's a hazelnut spread with cocoa powder.
The problem that I have with Nutella is the texture.
Is
it rough?
Peanut butter.
Yeah, that's like Kerri said. It's kind of like peanut butter, but with peanut butter, you expect it. You know what it is. Hazelnuts, while they look similar to peanuts, they just look weird with the dark. It's too dark. But you said it's cocoa powder?
It's like cocoa powder in it, yeah.
Some people love it. My wife, Hannah, loves Nutella. I won't bash it in front of her, but she doesn't.
In front of her.
You will. You know you're going to bash in front of her.
She used to love the Hy-Vee brand. Like, their brand tasted different to her. She'd buy that. It's cheaper, but I haven't seen it in the house in a while. Probably because nobody else will eat it.
Your cats.
But look, they'll eat about anything. So look for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They're still going to be called that because that's exactly what they are. Just no chocolate. What about an all-chocolate Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? I believe that's called Hershey's.
That's what I want. I love it.
Yeah, because you don't like peanut butter cups.
I don't like peanut butter candy.
Oh, there's been times where, this was in my younger days, like last week, when I would just take a Hershey's chocolate bar and shove it into a jar of peanut butter and make a homemade. Look at Kerri looks disgusting.
No, I think that's
like a homemade Reese's peanut butter cup.
Probably cheaper too if you get a thing of peanut butter.
Oh, it's so good.
Getting it in bulk.
Gosh.
I love dark chocolate, and I think for a while Reese's was doing dark chocolate peanut butter cups, and those were my jam. Then remember they started shoving Reese's Pieces in the Reese's peanut butter cups. It's pretty much like, what else can we do to kill these people?
I know. Let's just make a peanut butter shell. That's what they're doing now.
There you go. This will get their cholesterol rolling. Anyways, look for those, like JP said, hopefully before Easter. I don't have an exact release date, but they'll be out. We'll be back to wrap things up with your last Nashville News Minute on Mark's in the Morning, and also music from Sam Hunt, his new song, Breaking Up in the 90s. We'll be back with that.